Hey everybody, it's Vloctober 31, October 31, Halloween, and I'm not in a costume. I went to work today, 3 to 8-ish, and yeah, they're not really keen on the whole costume thing on Halloween, so that happened. Not a big deal. Even though I did have a good conversation with a friend of mine who's in another town, and yeah, she dressed up as like a full-on satyr. It's a cross between like a deer, I think, a fawn, and a human. It's pretty cool. She did all the makeup and legit. She's hardcore. Yeah, a lot of traffic. Not a lot to say today, because, yeah, that's how it goes. Got a paper due on Monday. It's about Socrates, or Plato's The Republic, a dialogue with Socrates. Talks about the ideal state. Well, kind of. It uses the construction of the ideal state as an analogy for the human soul to try to figure out what is, what isn't justice. Like most things Plato does, it's all about the good. Yeah, so that's pretty incredible. So one of the things I really would like to learn, I need to learn more about and talk more about, is ethics. I think the good and deciding what's good and bad in modern contexts is something we as human beings need terribly. And it's something that we don't really do. We just kind of go through life, and it's all about what feels good. I mean, and to be fair, that's nothing new. That was the same argument, Plato and Aristotle and Socrates, all those guys dealt with 2.5 thousand years ago. And it's back before then. I mean, it crops up, kind of the more accurate definition of hedonism, not the kind of cheesy, cheap version of hedonism that's, just pleasure to the greatest extent possible at all times, always. Even if it's bad for you. That's not really hedonism. Hedonism is, at least in the philosophical sense, it's about, maximizing pleasure, and part of maximizing pleasure is minimizing pain, and you can't run after pleasure so that it hurts you and that be okay. That's just not how it works. You can't, to get the maximum amount of pleasure over the course of your entire life, you have to live a life that's somewhat sustainable. And, yeah, that's an important thing. So I'd like to, that's one of the things I'd like this channel partly to be, is Craig the Ethicist, something like that. That's a working title. It's a pretty rough one. Where I go through situations and talk about why a situation was good, why a situation was bad from from my perspective, from a semi-philosophical situation, trying to get as much information as I possibly can about the things. Yeah. For example, and then I'm sure some of my friends won't like this at all. The reason why I don't remember his name, it's probably a good thing, why the cop that threw the girl around in the classroom got fired, and that was a good thing, is it comes down to a lot of things. Number one, she wasn't resisting, he was using a lot of force to get a girl out of her seat in a school. His job is to protect the students and, you know, from outside threats from other students. And he has he definitely has a right to protect himself and protect the teachers also. And he has a right to protect himself. But there were no laws broken. He wasn't in an arrest. She wasn't resisting arrest because he wasn't arresting her. She hadn't done anything to be arrested for. I mean, this girl was clearly having a really, really bad day. I heard she was new, and that doesn't even matter. The only thing that matters is she's a student at the school, and he's a police officer, security officer at the school. And instead of trying to diffuse the situation, like almost all the cop stories that you hear that where things go bad, is that the police didn't use their de-escalation techniques, and they escalated them, and things got out of hand pretty quickly. I mean, there was something going on with that girl, and she definitely should have handled that better, and she should be punished. But being thrown around in her desk by a security police officer, that's ridiculous. And people say, oh, well, what should have done? Well, that's easy. Drag her in the desk out of the classroom. I don't know why that's a complicated thing. Just 2 people, 3 people. I mean, he clearly could throw her around, grab the front of the desk, and take her outside. She's no longer distracting the classroom. And then go get the freaking counselor and have someone sit down across from her and talk to her about what's going on, why she feels the need to disrupt class, why she feels the need to make a scene, or why she won't comply with her teachers, with the other, you know, to the security officer. I mean, there's a problem here. But the entire point of the school is to educate and, you know, on some level protect. The kids at the school are under the state's protection. They are at school wards of the state. They are responsible. The state, the school, is responsible for them. I mean, so when a you know, state-paid employee attacks a student, that doesn't work. And then you can't say self-protection because he was never in danger. Nobody in that room was ever in danger. That freaking teenage girl can't, unless he does something really stupid, can't hurt the police officer. So I don't. Doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, his actions don't make any sense to me. The actions of the school to, well, I don't know if it was a school. The actions of his higher up, his authority, his bosses to fire him. Sucks for him, but freaking don't throw a teenage girl around. If you're a full-grown man, police officer in a school, throwing teenage girls around in their desks, not okay. I don't know why that's surprising. But so I may do that. I think that'd be fun. Craig the ethicist. I don't know if I can live up to that title. But I'm almost at 10 minutes now. Get me talking about crap and I keep going. So this is my last one for a while. I may once. I don't know if this semester is gonna slow down any. I've got my new vlogging camera. I've got my GoPro, which absolutely sucked in the low light conditions of my other early morning walk. It was terrible. I mean, to be fair, it was freaking dark, so it's not designed for that. So it's nothing against the GoPro session. The GoPro session in its environment, even doing my vlog the other day, it kicked butt. It was awesome. So I've got nothing against it. I'm just gonna have to take my other camera out, or even if I can get someone to come out with me, I may use my DSLR. But I'm not gonna set up my DSLR in the street and then run back a block or two and then walk back forward. I'm not about to do that with my DSLR. I don't even know if I'd do that with my camera. Freaking get runned over. That would not be good. A lot of money just down the toilet that I don't have to begin with, but I got so I could entertain y'all. Yeah, so I guess for Vloctober, I will see you later. Snake Eyes will salute you. He'll tell you, don't kill yourself to live. I'm in the process of, I'm also in the process of figuring out how to do green screen or blue screen stuff, because I really wanted some of my vlogs to have a mini-me that like hangs out up here, up this tall, and he'll talk and say things. I don't know, I could have him hang out with this dude. My old school Lego. Yeah. But I think that is a good idea. I think I'll do that. At least the ethicist part. The ethics of so-and-so, and then run it through a couple different types of ethics. Ethical viewpoints. Like utilitarianism. See how it relates to Kant's metaphysics of morals. See what Nietzsche would have to say about it. It's probably not too hard. His was pretty straightforward. I need to learn some more modern stuff. I usually go with consequentialism, and yeah, that's about it. With intention, because intentions do matter. But I'm definitely not a strict all or nothing, it's either moral or immoral. I definitely believe things are on a range. And there is nothing that's truly completely immoral or nothing that's truly completely moral. We have this range of what's good and what's bad, or what's better and what's worse. And at any given time you have choices to make between better things, worse things. And we can choose. And the good life is making better choices, consistently making the better of the choices that you have. I think I said in a video, you know, it's worthless to talk about these choices that you'll never actually have. You know, oh, this would be the ultimate good, but you're never going to have that choice, so talking about it's kind of dumb. Yeah. I will show you this. Pretty excited about it. I decided to try my hand at a little bit of sewing. I need to make some bags for some stuff, and but I wanted like thick thread and thick needles, so I went and got this massive thing. Yeah. Freaking curved needle. Freaking giant needle. But yeah. So, oh, get to start section 2 of my week 2 of my behavior change project come Monday. Start jump roping. Excited about that. I think I'm gonna bring. I think I said this before. I think I'm gonna bring my water intake down because I get a lot of water from food, and I'm, freaking breathing this stuff now. It's kind of silly. But anyway, I'll say goodbye for this Vloctober month thing. It was good. I learned a lot. Hope y'all learned a lot about me, all you like 2 viewers. It's going to be interesting to come back to these in like a few years when hopefully I have thousands and millions of followers. I wish. And I'm producing, new content, and I'm out there counseling people and helping them live better lives, not kill themselves to live, to make better decisions, to have the tools to live a life of, happiness and of success and of joy and of, not killing yourself to live. So anyway, y'all have a great day. I hope your October was fabulous. Thank you for joining me on my trip of blogging. Thank you for sticking around and watching almost 17 minutes of a blog. Wish y'all the best. I will see y'all later. Don't kill yourself to live. Peace.